Testing, testing. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there. Make sure y'all get the likes up in the stream. We got us a morning stream going. Got a lot of things to talk about, so hopefully y'all stay tuned. Um, if you don't know who I am, make sure you go check out my other videos and you definitely will find out who I am. Um, and you can most certainly find out who I am just by watching this live stream. So I just want to let y'all know, because I know a lot of people feel like, oh, you're just doing it for clout. Actually, I'm not. I go live and I live stream about the latest topics and I give my input as well. And it's not just because everybody else is talking about it, it's because I have something to say as well and I would like to be heard as well. So, um, and I do want to let you guys know, some of you guys may not know, that I am a Chicago citizen, Chicago resident, born and raised, um, born and raised here in the city of Chicago, still living here. And I'm not, a lot of people, they say that they from Chicago and they live in Chicago, but to be honest, they really live the on the outside of Chicago. They live in the suburban areas of Chicago, or they live like far up north, you know, just where there is no crime at. So we're gonna dive into talking about crime in Chicago. We got a few hot topics that we're about to discuss, and we're just gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, y'all. So give me a second while I pull up these videos. Just bear with me. But honestly, as I'm typing, I would like to say something. They're saying Chicago thugs. Um, I know it's just crazy because people couldn't wait to say that. The Chicago thugs are, threatening the National Guards, but um, truthfully, we don't know if these guys are truly thugs. We don't know if they are really in a gang or anything like that. But I can say the way that they was talking, they were in defense of the crime that goes on out here in Chicago. So I wanted to put my 2 cents in, you know, because I want to say something. Because I know that us Chicagoans, we are the hottest topic smoking across the internet right now. Everything that goes on in Chicago, we are being watched. Um, all eyes is on us. All even the people from other countries is watching us. Ain't that crazy? And honestly, y'all gotta, you know, what's crazy? It went from everybody praising Chicago for being out here in the streets and protesting and standing up against the Trump administration and his policies. Now, the whole world has gone mad to the point where everybody hates Chicago at this point. Um, just this is exactly what I was talking about the other day because people got to understand something. It's so many different things going on back to back to back to back. If y'all don't catch on to this, I don't know where y'all at, but it's like this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic. It's so much, it's to the point where you can't keep up with it. So with that being said, we're gonna do these topics one by one. uh, Shout out to my hubby as the moderator in the live stream. Welcome in everybody up. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the 3 likes. Make sure y'all stay tuned though. Stay on topic, please, because any off-topic comments will be deleted. They will be blocked. Um, and I don't like blocking people. I really don't. But people come in here and they start trolling, and we don't have time for that. We don't want no interruptions in the live stream. So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna get started. First, I would like to talk about what everybody's been talking about. You know, and for those of you who had just came in, I just would like to let it be known that us Chicagoans that live in high crime areas should be heard at this point. We should be heard. We should be able to talk, and it's just crazy because it's a lot of people, a lot of content creators that have these platforms that don't want to hear us. They just want to hear from other people that don't even live or reside in the city of Chicago. I feel like y'all should let us be heard. We need to be the voices for Chicago, okay? And I keep saying this, we should not be listening to these dumbass politicians. Um uh Jester, Jester Hero, I can answer that for you. He said, "Can I ask you a serious question? What are your thoughts on Mayor Johnson? Is he good or bad for Chicago?" My thoughts is Mayor Johnson, and honestly, you can go back to my previous live streams from today. I have actually talked about him. Mayor Johnson is a damn crook. He's a fraud. He is a liar, and that is the truth. And I'm standing on my truth because I've been born and raised here. You know what I'm saying? So Mayor Johnson doesn't have to deal with crime like us Chicagoans do. I just feel like it is very wicked and selfish of him to get up there and stand up in front of the whole world and lie like that. You know what I'm saying? And then at once upon a time, everybody was on his side. I don't know if people are still siding with him right now because I'm starting to see a lot of things come out about him. But see, what people fail to realize is Mayor Brandon Johnson and other Chicago politicians have stood and took pictures with Chicago drill rapper Lil Durk. They went to his event and they took pictures with him. Lil Durk actually dropped 150K on Mayor Johnson's uh political campaign. Um and it all makes sense. You just gotta think about it. It makes sense. Yeah, he's horrible for Chicago. And if you ask me, all of the previous mayors before him was horrible for Chicago as well. They do not give a damn about Chicago citizens. They do not care about the crime rate here. They don't care. They just keep trying to normalize crime, talking about, oh, crime has went down. It went down. No, it shouldn't even be a such thing as crime. It's being normalized, and I'm sick and tired of it. A lot of people are sick and tired of the crime across the world, but Chicago, you know what I really dislike to Jester, you know, I really dislike how other states they come in the comment sections and they talk about, oh, come to our city. It's worse than Chicago. Like, nobody has time to back and forth with y'all about, the crime being better than ours. Like, you see how that shit is normalized? It's not okay. It's not okay. And I get it. Everybody, let's be 100. I know that it's crime. Crime has been going on for a very long time across the world, things like that. But Chicago has a very negative influence on other cities and states, and this is exactly why everybody want to be like Chicago. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a scammer. Everybody wants to be like Chicago, bro. Like, let's be 100. The drill rap music came from Chicago. The glorifying of the crime and things like that, it came from Chicago. Everybody wants to be like us, and it's not okay. It's not. And I don't want to hear anybody trying to be like y'all. It been like that here. We've been doing this, and we've been. It's not okay though. It's not. Regardless, it's not. Crime is not okay. And us Chicagoans, well, I'm not gonna speak for everybody else, but I'm talking about me and my husband. Us as Chicagoans, we do not want to compete with another city or another state regarding crime. Okay? That's sick. I don't care what city you live in, what state you live in. You know what I mean? It's crime is not okay. I don't give a damn if you was born and raised in the trenches of Texas, okay? It's not okay. It's still not okay. It's still not. So if you ask me, Mayor Brandon Johnson, he's horrible for this city. And so are the previous mayors as well, and Illinois politicians. Honestly, Illinois is one of the most corrupt states, if you ask me. And I don't feel like people should come here. I don't feel like people should move here. I just, like, for real. Like, it's sick. A lot of people, they still be hyping up Chicago. And then you got people from other states coming over here to visit, talking about, oh, I'm just coming here for the food and, get on the boats and see the skylines. Even through all of the drama and the chaos that's going on here, people are still booking flights to come here. And it's sad. It's sad. I mean, what gives me a righteous anger is the fact that people are so lost and so dumb down that they still continue to do the same things over and over and over. You say I enjoy hearing some actual native Chicagoans give their opinions. The news doesn't give it. Exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, look, we got common sense. Me and my husband, we both got common sense. We we around people, we got to be around people in public that has not a lick of common sense out here in Chicago. And I mean, everybody is just dumbed down. Everybody is, it's all, they believe that it's politics. People still believe in their minds that it's about politics. And I get it. People really think that it's a political thing. Honestly, it is a spiritual thing, and not enough people is saying this. I only hear very few people say that. It's a spiritual thing. Chicago is just very demonic, dark and demonic, and it's a lot of evil spirits here, evil people. Like dude said, I can, and we gonna get ready and play the clip soon. But just like he did say that I can agree with, he said over 100,000 gangs, and there is more bad people than good people. It is true. It's true. Uh, Chicago had a very high influence on gangs as well. And I mean, like, let's be 100. Chicago is like damn near the start of everything negative. Yep. Yeah. They just, and I'm not trying to start a war with any of the states and cities, but it's the truth. Like, seriously. Everybody want to be like Chicago, and that shit ain't cool, man. It's no, why would you want to compete? I don't get it. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's look at the video. Um, so I don't know this content creator. I don't follow them or anything. Reporting live from Myers Club in Atlanta. I just pulled this up. Um, we gotta make sure we getting the trolls out. So we don't need nobody interrupting the stream. So I'm gonna play this clip. I don't know who this content creator is. I don't follow them. So shout out to them because I don't want to take anybody's stuff. Hype Plus, he has 1.3 million subscribers. Uh, and this is the video we're gonna go ahead and play.
News. I'm John Apple. Over the last few weeks, the Trump administration has sparked several conversations on crime. DC usually having
just trying to get to the clip.
Circulate.
This shit. Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, man. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. Trump.
I think he
and so in Chicago, we mean that shit. I'm about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Nigga, you about to find out why it's called the RAC. The fuck, goofy ass nigga? We ain't scared of this shit.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, man.
Hold on. Let's go back. Because we got to listen to what this guy said, okay? For those of you that just came in, Mr. Kane, could you please put the topic below so I could pin it? Because a lot of people probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, we're really just talking about the world going mad in Chicago. So I'm about to play the clip. I'm actually about to show y'all so y'all can see if some of you guys didn't see. But I'm going to be pausing it in between to give my take on it. As a Chicago citizen, born and raised, again, I've been here my whole life. I've lived in high crime areas, still live within a high crime area. So I want people to understand that we as Chicago citizens need to be heard. Seriously. The boots on the ground, seriously. The people that live here should really be heard, and people really need to understand it. Stop listening to everybody else, because they're not from Chicago. They don't live here. Things like that. They're just, being followers at this point. Anyway, let's play the clip. I gotta make sure I show it to y'all.
About to find out why it's called the Department of War. Nigga, you about to find out why it's called the RAC. The fuck, goofy ass nigga? We ain't scared of this shit.
Trump, do not.
I just had to pause that part right there because now, bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. You know you done fucked up right there, right? Yeah, Jalen, stay respectful, dude. For real. Matter of fact, we ain't even playing like that, for real. Just get them up out of here. I'm not about to be addressing no negative comments or none of that, you know? Like I said, this dude, he know he done messed up for sure. For sure. And why are you speaking for everybody else? That's just you, bro. You want to be like that. You and your homies, y'all talking about, oh, you gonna find out why it's called the RAC. You don't think he know that already? That's exactly why he's sending in the National Guards or whatever the case is. You are a part of the damn problem. What's up, Banana Man? I don't know what Fred means. Hopefully he's talking about the... Anyway, let's get to it, y'all.
In the National Guards of Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles. Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
He said we are not we are Chicago, we are not DC, we are not Los Angeles. And this is not to compare any other city, any other state, but I do want to say something. First of all, sir, I don't know if you've been to Los Angeles, and I know damn sure I haven't. But I know for a fact Los Angeles has some big issues for sure. So while you sitting up here talking about we are Chicago, now don't get me wrong. I understand that all these other cities and states, they're highly influenced off of the things that we do in the city of Chicago, and everybody want to compete with us, and it's like we are everybody's competition at the same time, and It's like they want to be just like us and they want to compete at the same time, which is sick, honestly, if you ask me. But yeah, you're right. We are Chicago, duh. Uh, there's no comparison. C Unit says you need a gun just to walk down 8th Street. 8th Street where? C Unit, you must be from Chicago. You said is Donald Trump going to fix Chicago or what? I don't know. We trying to figure that out now. Uh yes, Fred, he's saying he is saying that these ninjas gonna try to fight back. And see that's the thing. It's like they can try. They can try because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I heard him say that, the only thing I can agree with that is the fact that, these little YNs out here are lost and stupid. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. They are dumb as hell. They're dumbed down because their parents don't parent them correctly. And they have no clue what a National Guard is. They just hear from other people. And they just, these ninjas, they be up for the damn challenge. In Chicago, they just want to challenge everything. They feel like they are the most savage there is. They feel like they are the real killers, you know. And the crazy part is they have no fucking aim, you know. You hitting innocent children and you hitting elderly people, but you got this guy up here that's defending that. Let me finish playing it.
What you talking about? Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago.
Let me tell y'all something personally, bro. Trump, I don't know why the you think that these young niggas in the right finna be scared. They ain't scared no National Guard, shorty. They ass is not playing out here, boy. The National Guard should be scared of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? These are a bunch of, I gotta call a spade a spade. Fuck that. These are a bunch of damn idiots. Let's be 100. And especially him right here that's talking right here. Because these young niggas, they don't know anything about the US military. They have no fucking clue at all. They're just dumbed down because all they do is they stay in the streets. They don't look at shit. The only time these motherfuckers look at the news is when they see hot topics about Chicago on TikTok. You see, these some TikTok ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? They some social media ass niggas. So they don't give a damn about what's in the news. They don't care. You know, they don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't really watch the news media either because, they lie so damn much that it don't make no fucking sense. So I don't want to watch that shit. I like watching independent people that report on the news about what's going on in Chicago. Now, I will get on Google and I type in Fox 32 Chicago just to see what is going on, but I never really grasped that and just, and I'm not like, oh, okay, so that's exactly what's going on. If you get what I'm saying, I just take that and I go to YouTube and I research it to see has anybody talked about it. And I go to some of the biggest YouTubers that got the information for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because they interview people or they get clips from off of Facebook. The news ain't doing that shit. They ain't doing all that. But I can say these some damn social media ass niggas, they don't have no clue about the US military. They're dumbed down because their parents allowed them to be. And they just stupid. Exactly time to work. They're finding out about things as they are affected. Exactly. Thug life wannabes. Yep. Yes, Christian, I am. You feel me? Uh C Heckle says, I guess they haven't seen the news. Look how Iraq and Afghanistan ended up when the military went in there. Exactly. Yeah. So we get it. These are a bunch of damn idiots, you know. They have no clue about anything. Like I said, I remember when once upon a time I was like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like 16, 15, 16, young as ever, thinking that I could challenge anybody, thinking nothing's ever gonna happen to me. Nobody's gonna do nothing to me because I'm strong. Okay. Ain't nobody gonna try to kidnap me. Ain't nobody gonna harm me. I just always used to live with that mindset you know. And then I had to be humbled, okay? And I had to realize like this life that we live, it ain't no joke because you can meet your damn match. And see you niggas out here that be carrying these switches and they be carrying these guns around and y'all think this shit is a joke and a game and stuff like that. And you looking for your ops because you heard they was on the block and they was looking for you and all that. Are you gonna meet your match when the National Guards come here? As a matter of fact, you're not gonna meet your match because there is no comparison. Okay, these motherfuckers are trained to shoot and kill, and they will kill your ass with no remorse. Just wanted to let y'all know that because I understand that it's a lot of YNs out here in Chicago. That's idiotic as fuck. Okay.
They be wrong. These YNs pull up to the police station with switches. You know what I'm saying? Drinks, everything, Shreddy. Right in front of the station. I know exactly what I said.
You see how he's bragging about the shit? He the worst one, honestly. You know, you are a part of the problem, bro. They need to come snatch your ass up. And I'm pretty sure, if they ain't already did it, they're about to. I hope that something happens to people like this, that's they trying to set the tone for Chicago people. And I don't want to be included in that because I ain't trying to kill no National Guards, shoot at them, and I don't want no problems, man. I stay to myself. I mind my fucking business. I go on about my day. I care too much about my well-being, my safety, my life, my children, my husband, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family person, real talk, and I don't want to be caught up in the midst of dumb shit like this because these niggas is up here trying to justify crime. I mean, we gotta be 100 though. Who they get it from? The mayor of Chicago, who's actually trying to normalize the crime as well. So, I mean, if anybody should really be locked up, it is the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois. So let's just be 100. Let's just be 100. You talking about they pull up with Drakes, switches at the police stations. So, and that's the reason why these fucking National Guards need to come and clean this city up. I hope that is their intentions. And I'm talking about get the real, actual dumbass YNs and criminals up out of here. Don't come messing with innocent people. I'm not with that. I don't want y'all messing with innocent people, families, and shit like that. Ain't got nothing to do with none of this. I don't want y'all out here trying to racial profile a motherfucker just because they black. They a black man or a black woman. You think they on some bullshit because I've been seeing stuff like that happening in DC. From what I seen, and I just don't want that happening here. I feel like come clean up the crime, get these real, actual criminals off of our streets. Seriously. And honestly, I hate to say this. I hate to say this. But I feel like these young motherfuckers for real that's carrying switches. See, this is another thing, y'all. These National Guards, I'm not sure if they know this. They might. They might. I could be wrong. But there is 8-year-olds, bro, carrying switches. I'm not lying to y'all. 8-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. I have a video actually on my YouTube that I uploaded months ago. A bunch of young YNs walking the streets of Chicago with all black on, and the youngest one, he looked like he was about 9 or 10, carrying a gun, and he's hanging with the older guys that's older than him. Get these little niggas up off the streets before they kill someone. You know that when they start young is worse because they have no remorse. They feel like they ain't got nothing to live for anyway. They feel like they don't have their whole lives ahead of them. You not know how many people, adults, had to tell me, sweetheart, you are beautiful. You got your whole life ahead of you. I never wanted to listen to that shit because I'm like, man, whatever. I just want to do what the fuck I want to do. You know? I was hard headed. I was hard headed once upon a time, roaming the streets as well. But I ain't never carried no fucking gun on me and no switch on me. I carried these hands though for sure. You know, but that's the problem. I thought I can beat everybody's ass, to be honest. Um, I didn't never I never said to myself like, oh, I need a gun so I can kill somebody. No, I never felt like that. I just felt like I can beat ass. Like I felt that way to the point where I wanted to be like China off of WWE SmackDown. I wanted to be just like her. I wanted to actually go be a wrestler. Like real talk. I just tough girl, you know, one of those. Let's see what the comments are saying. Right, exactly. Train a child up in a way that they should go. Yep. Time to Work said the National Guard actually are not as well trained as people believe, but they are armed and resourced on another level. You know what? School me for real, because I just felt like anybody that was a part of the military was trained to kill. So I'm wrong. I kind of figured that too. Being that they have a different name, they carry um they're not like, I don't know, man. Anybody that knows about that, let me know. I'll say when I'm wrong. I'm not like these other content creators. They just feel like they never wrong. Can't nobody tell them that they wrong. And nah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Lifetime, what's up? You says everybody who is celebrating this or trying to justify it is pure evil. And I hope you reflect on yourself and your decisions and turn to God for your sins again. Exactly. Exactly. Straight up evil, man. Thank you, Fred. See Hecko. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm catching up to the comment section, y'all. Christian says, I agree with the National Guard coming to help us as a people. Need to focus more family because everything starts. Exactly. That is the biggest thing right there, what Christian said. Everything everything starts in the household. I'm telling you, man. We was we was talking to this one guy yesterday. He said he had just turned 40 years old. He said he don't drink, he don't smoke. He's an Uber driver in the city of Chicago. He was talking about y'all won't even believe this shit. True story. We talked to him yesterday. He said that he was doing Uber and he said that it was these two girls that got in his car. They looked to be about 17 or 18. He said they just kept laughing in the back seat, laughing. And then he said, I thought they were about 17 or 18 until they opened up their mouths and I realized that they're little babies. They look like they're about 12 or 13. And he said the one of the girls asked him, "Hey, can my can me and my friend get right?" And he said, I don't know the new Chicago slang that these little young people use. So I didn't know what the hell they was talking about when they said get right. He said she held up a little pack and started smacking it with her fingers. Me and my husband was like, bro. He said they were 13, 12 and 13. He said they opened it up, put it on their hand, and started snorting it. True story. 12 and 13-year-olds is snorting cocaine in the city of Chicago. And he said that his first man just told him to speed. He said he ran red lights and everything. He was trying to get them to fuck out his car. He said when he got to the destination, it was a block club party, and there was a bunch of older guys and young females around the older guys, and they were drinking, they were smoking. You know who are a part of the fucking problem? You want to know who's a part of the fucking problem? These older guys. They're a part of the fucking problem. You know also who's a part of the fucking problem? These parents. Because what the fuck is your 13-year-old child doing out here in Ubers snorting fucking coke? Come on, bro. Chicago is fucked. And I told that man, I said, oh my God. I said, I knew it was bad. But damn, they snorting? They're fucking snorting, bro. The parents need to do some. You know who need to be held responsible? You know who need to be the parents, bro. Lock these fucking parents up. That's what the fuck we need to do. That's what we need to do. Fuck a DCFS, because you want to know why I say that? These parents, they kids getting DCFS and they don't do not nan service. They don't give a fuck anyway. Lock their asses up. Since you don't care about the well-being and the safety of your child, and you don't know how to raise your motherfucking child, and you can't keep your damn child in the fucking house like they supposed to be they supposed to be a child. These kids supposed to be playing the game, playing with Barbie dolls. These motherfuckers is out here snorting coke and playing with switches, man. In Chicago. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it.
No capping, so it's like, this shit crazy. These little niggas crazy, boy. Now, these threats made by gang members in Chicago to the National Guard will cause many black users online to now chime in and share how ridiculous they felt their logic was.
Are y'all serious? Do y'all really think that y'all can take on the U.S.?
Aaliyah, love you here. I mean, it's easy to spot me on the court, I bet. But you've always been like that. See me? Yeah. Before you hear me, all done.
These motherfuckers is out here playing with switches. That's a fact. Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to skip this a commercial. They playing with switches and snorting coke. And this is coming from a Chicago Uber driver, okay? I wish I had recorded this, man. Matter of fact, not secretly record him, but I wish I had asked him, hey, can I, get your take on what's going on in the city of Chicago as an Uber driver, And honestly, when me and my husband, when we take Ubers and stuff like that, we be talking to these Uber drivers who actually tell us what the hell they see that's going on. They talk about their passengers in the car. He said it was this one chick that got in the car extremely fucking high. It was to the point where she told him that she was on the phone, but she wasn't on the phone, and she was high as fuck, and he was scared for his life because he ain't know what the hell she was on. So it's like, and then we talked to this other lady. She said that, the passengers that get in her fucking car are psychotic as fuck. Like, I don't know, man. I used to do Lyft in Chicago, and this was back in what was this? 2019? Yeah. I used to do Lyft. And it was one time I feel like I was about to cancel the ride. I didn't even know what to expect. See, we don't know who it is that's actually getting in these cars because they go under a different profile, or there's somebody that sends a Uber for them. So when I pulled up, I'm thinking it's a female that's finna get in the car. And when I pulled up, it was 4 YNs. 4 YNs, all of them had all black on. When I tell you I was scared in the motherfucker, I kept praying, I kept praying, I kept praying. I picked up my phone, I got on the phone with somebody and told them to stay on the phone with me the whole entire time, okay? And I thought something bad was about to happen. But by the grace of God, I got them to their destination, which was the downtown courthouse or whatever. The crazy part is, this how you know they was on some bullshit. When I got there, I dropped them off at the exact destination. They got out the car. They tried to run back up to the car talking about, hey, they was banging on the windows. Oh, this is not the destination. You got to take us further down. We got to go 10 blocks away. I said, no, the fuck you don't. This is your destination right here. And I sped the fuck off. Okay? All right? That shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. Doing Lyft and Uber in the city of Chicago is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Taxi driving is dangerous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was so glad that I couldn't go back with Lyft anyway, because somebody crashed into the damn car that they gave me, and they wanted their car back. So I'm like, hey, take this shit. I'm good. Yeah, it was good money and stuff like that, but it was too much of a risk because you don't know who it is behind these profiles. And when you go and you pick up the actual people, that's not who the fuck it was that was on the damn profile, man. Chicago is. So I just want to say this, right? Let me try to see if I could skip fast forward to another person talking about it. I feel like that's all. Because these other guys, they just giving a take on it. And I really just wanted to show. Let me run these clips back for the people that just came in. And then we're gonna move forward after that.
Do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles, nigga. We are not nigga. This is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro. I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it. They must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago.
Let me tell y'all something personally, bro. Trump, I don't know why the f*** think that these young niggas in Iraq finna be scared. They ain't scared no National Guard, shorty. They ass is not playing out here, boy. The National Guard should be scared of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what they be wrong. These YNs pull up to the police station with switches, you know what I'm saying, drinks, everything, shorty. Right in front of the station. I know exactly what I said, bro. No capping, so it's like, this shit crazy. These little niggas crazy, boy.
Now, these threats made
And
by
your
gang
ass
members in
is
Chicago.
crazy for even opening up your damn mouth to say that shit. You should already be on the run at this point. You and that big ass nigga. Oh, my bad. Where the fuck he gonna run to? Cause shit, you big as hell, bro. Ain't no reason for you to run. You already know. Ain't no point. Christian says, I used to do Instacart. I used to do Instacart too, man. I used to do it all. I did DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt, Lyft, goddamn it, Postmates, you name it. You said they sent me to the gardens of 130. That was my. Hey, I was doing Amazon Flex, right? And when I tell you they sent me to the gardens for damn the majority of the deliveries, I was pissed. I was glad I had my husband with me though. But I'm telling you, man, I did not like that shit. The gardens is definitely dangerous. Real talk. The gardens is underestimated. Don't know. I remember back when we was younger, you did not want to step foot in the gardens. For real. He talking about breaking up the pills and snorting them. Y'all parents need to find out what the kids is really doing. Listen, like I was telling the guy and that we was talking to that was telling us that these little 13-year-olds was snorting coke off their hands. I said, look, let me tell you something. I don't play that shit. I'm going through book bags. I'm lift your shirt up so I can see what you got up underneath it. Let me check your pockets. Let me check because see, it's oh my God, it is so sad how these 12 and 13-year-olds is doing this already. Already. I ain't hit my first blunt until I was almost 17. And I ain't tried that shit again after that. I hit my first blunt when I was 17. And I ain't tried again after that until I was almost 18. And then that's when I started smoking. But it wasn't like it wasn't an everyday thing. It was just every now and then when I would get around my friends and we would go to these little parties and stuff like that, you know. But I'm not gonna lie to you, them niggas that was up in them parties, they was definitely off some shit. Something, and it wasn't no weed. They was off lean, pills, coke, all type of shit. And I was lost, you know? I'm like, am I missing something? You know, everybody was like, oh, you just so lame. You so late. Girl, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. Ah, look at her, y'all. She always ready to go home. Yeah, I am. I'm ready to go home because I don't want to be around that shit. The hell? After that, never went back to another party. Uh, Ozzy, welcome. You said, I want to share one thing with you. Is this okay? If you ain't trolling and if it's about the topic that we talking about, it is perfectly fine for you to share whatever you want to share, Ozzy. Uh Christian says, I remember we was just smoking blacks. Exactly. Back in high school, yeah. Because I had went from smoking some weed and shit, and I put that shit down, and I picked up some Black and Milds, and I smoked that for a whole year. Then I put it down after that, and I just ain't like I just wanted to fit in with the in crowd. Everybody with my friends, they was doing things like that, and I just wanted to be like them. Yeah, the wine Black and Milds with the plastic tip. Then I transitioned to the jazz Black and Milds with the wooden tip, and honestly, I hate to say it, but yeah, that was my favorite. Uh, who is this? Okay, y'all. I'm just what I'm gonna do, and this is no disrespect to the comment section, cause I love reading y'all comments and stuff. But I'm just gonna start instead of scrolling up, cause I would get lost in the comments. I'm gonna just start reading the comments that comes in. But anyway, let's move forward. There's another thing that happened. There's another thing that happened, and I'm not sure if you guys heard about this. This happened in Chicago on Monday. Let me go to it. Is this my go to my history so we can pull this up. There was a girl by the name of Romika Meeks, um, who was shot in the face 3 times and killed in front of an elementary school after she didn't drop her son off. See, this is the thing, right? What I do is before I start talking about stuff, I try my best to do real deep, heavy research into the topic because a lot of these content creators, they just be posting, they don't know what the hell they talking about. So I couldn't wait to hear from the family so I could really talk about it. So what had happened was the girl Romika Meeks, actually her name sounds so familiar. I think I went to school with her. But Romika Meeks, she she was driving her son to school, her 6-year-old son, to drop him off at school. Actually, it was the same school that my oldest daughter used to go to, which is a really good school, by the way. Um, her son was in the back seat. As she got out the car to grab her son, guess who approached her out of nowhere? Her baby daddy and his new chick. And there was a little altercation. She got into it with the girl out of defense. You know what I'm saying? And the girl pulled out a gun. Her name was Holly. Holly pulled out the gun and shot Romika in the face 3 times. And the baby daddy, whose name is Carlos, he was the one that was in the midst of all this shit. It all happened because this ninja was too busy trying to mess around while he was with Romika. You messing around with some other chick. You got her pregnant, and this girl was a psycho, and she could not help the fact that Romika looks better than her and dressed better than her and all of that. And you know, the worst part about it though is her 6-year-old son, Romika's 6-year-old son, was sitting in the back of the vehicle waiting for his mom to drop him off inside of the school, but his mom never got an opportunity to drop him off in front of the school. Because when she was about to get her son out the car, this fucking idiotic chick approached her. Oh, by the way, the chick claims self-defense. She tries to say, oh, I'm concealed to carry. Ma'am, you don't even live in the city of Chicago. You live in the state of Wisconsin, the city of Milwaukee. Your concealed to carry is there, not in Chicago. And by the way, she drove 2.5 hours from where she was to see this girl because she was stalking her. According to the family, that chick was stalking Miss Romika Meeks. She was stalking her. And I guess she was stalking her baby daddy as well. I don't know. You know, people are trying to say it's a love triangle and stuff like that, but according to the family, it was no love triangle because Miss Romika Meeks actually had a restraining order on the girl anyway, because the girl was stalking her to the point where she came up to her job. This was all out of jealousy. All out of jealousy because yo ninja, his first baby mama, looked better than you. She's doing better than you. She dressed better than you, unfortunately. You know, I just want to say this too before I pull up this video. This is my thing too. And this is no disrespect to the family, you know, because RIP to Miss Lady, you know, she didn't deserve to die and be killed and things like that because of the drama from her baby father. Um, y'all need to stop worrying about designer. Cause according to a family member, what happened was the baby daddy with his messy ass, he ended up when him and Romika broke up, he gave his new chick Romika's old designer clothes. And when Romika found out that the girl was wearing her designer clothes, she exposed her and things like that. And the girl got pissed off and upset. So she started hunting her down and all that. And she was jealous of her. I mean, y'all got to stop caring about designer so much. That's the problem. You know, money, designer. See, this is the issue with Chicago people. All they care about is money, cars, clothes, shoes, and everything must be designer. You know, and it's like all this over a nigga and designer. And you know who has to suffer? The children. Because the girl that shot Miss Meeks in the face had a 6-month-old baby in the back seat as well. A 6-month-old baby and a 6-year-old child. And then after this, we're going to get into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Do y'all see how the world is going mad? And you know what? I don't know any other latest topics that's going on right now, and I'm probably gonna see it soon. But I just want to say, like, the world is going mad, and all people can sit up here and do is blame the blood moon. It is a spiritual thing, to be honest. Uh, I appreciate you, Christian, for coming through. And let me see. I'm trying to go to the video. I don't want to go to the long ones, so we're gonna go to this one. But I do want to tell y'all this: some of these content creators, they are not giving the full details, and some of them don't know what the hell they talking about because they're just going off of another person's content, when I had to really look at what the family was saying. That's what matters to me the most. So I want to show y'all the video. um so I just want to say this happened on Monday. uh Can't keep up with the actual dates, y'all, so excuse me. But this happened on Monday in front of an elementary school out here in Chicago. And like I said, my oldest daughter used to attend this same school. It is in the heart of the Loop, and also right there by Chinatown. So the baby daddy, man, this nigga had blood on his hands, literally, bro. Literally. You So, according to the witnesses that stood there and watched the fight break out, the baby daddy, I guess he tried to break it up. You know what I'm saying? And he had Miss Meeks in a chokehold. In a chokehold. Oh, by the way, he was abusing her and everything. That's why she left him, according to the family members. She wanted him to leave her alone, but he was stalking her as well. You know, it's a lot of stalking going on here. And evidently, all the fingers is pointing at the baby father and his new girlfriend, or baby mama, whoever the hell she is. The fingers is being pointed at those two because Miss Meeks just simply wanted to be left alone and live her life, you know, and be a mother to her child. And these two was hunting her down, stalking her. They came up to a job, and a restraining order ain't even solved the damn problem. Wow. I just want to let y'all know. For some of y'all that may think, oh, just get a restraining order. That shit don't work. That shit do not work. Trust and believe me. I have had to get restraining orders against people in the city of Chicago, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit do not help. It don't. They're still gonna call you. They're still gonna be stalking you, standing outside your door, looking into your windows, all type of shit. That it don't work. Nothing helps. Cause if it did, they would have never approached her, came up to the school where she was trying to drop her son off at. They would have never came up to her job. They would have never did the things that they did, and this woman would not be dead.
She had just finished dropping her little boy off at school, probably thinking about the rest of her day, maybe errands or work, when her life ended in the most shocking way imaginable. Right there in front of school in broad daylight, Romika Meeks was shot point blank in the face and thigh. She didn't make it. And what makes this case so painful isn't just the brutality.
Pause. According to the family, Miss Romika was shot in the face and the chin. She was shot in the face twice and she was shot in her chin. And they knew that she had no chance of making it whatsoever.
Of the act, but the tangled relationships and choices that led.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to pause it one more time to let y'all know this. So when she realized that she was being stalked by that psycho, after she was trying to get her son out the car to get him into school, the baby daddy walks up out of nowhere and he puts Ramika in a chokehold to hold her back or whatever. And the girl took the initiative to run in her vehicle where her 6-month-old child was in the back seat. She grabbed a gun, ran up to Ramika, and shot her in the face twice and in the chin. And this happened on school grounds where children are in the morning time, where people are trying to get to work. You know what I'm saying? That is a very scary situation. Real talk.
To it. It's a story about love gone wrong, jealousy, and a chain of events that feels like it could have been avoided, if only. Before we dive in, let me say this. Welcome to Crime Lab Report. If you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss stories like this one.
Okay, let's talk snacks because I
freaking hate
found
these
one
damn
that I
commercials,
grab
y'all.
and don't feel guilty about. These are Paleo Valley's
But it ain't gonna
100%
stop our
grass
shine, though.
finished, grass-fed beef sticks, and they are.
Shout out to the people on their way to school and work. Y'all be safe out there. And I know I usually have a lot more people in the live streams and stuff like that, but I understand people got to go to work and school like that. So, shout out to y'all.
Cases, real lessons, and real discussions that matter. Now, let's get into the life and death of 31-year-old Romika Meeks. Romika wasn't just a statistic. She was a young mother, described by friends and family as loving, funny, and very protective of her child. On the morning of September 8th, 2025, she even posted a sweet note to her son online, encouraging him to be himself and reminding him that she loved him deeply. That post was her last message to the world, and it now reads like a haunting goodbye. But to understand how we got to that tragic school morning, we need to look at Romika's life and her relationship with Carlos Way, the man at the center of this storm. Carlos, often called Lozo by friends, was a father of Romika's child. In the early days, their relationship seemed like any other young couple. There was affection, laughter, and hope. Romika believed she had found someone she could build with, and for a time, she did. They shared a bond through their son, and Romika, by all accounts, tried to make things work. But as often happens, the relationship began to sour. There were disagreements, trust issues, and eventually separation. Things got complicated when Carlos began seeing another woman, Holly Johnson. And that's where jealousy, old wounds, and unresolved emotions started to boil over. Reports suggest there may have even been legal actions and restraining orders involved in the messy back and forth. For Romika, who was still tied to Carlos through their child, the situation was not something she could just walk away from. Imagine being in her shoes, wanted to raise your child in peace, but constantly caught in the shadow of your ex's new relationship. For Carlos, whether intentionally or not, he found himself at the center of a tug of war between two women. And instead of defusing the situation, things escalated until one morning it turned deadly. On that Monday morning, as Romika was leaving the school, she was confronted. Carlos and Holly pulled up, and what should have been an ordinary school run turned into a nightmare. Witnesses say Carlos put Romika in a headlock during the argument. In the chaos, Holly retrieved a gun. Shots rang out, close range, no hesitation. Romika collapsed on the pavement, bleeding as parents and children nearby screamed in horror. I'll pause here. What do you think really pushed the situation to that point? Was it jealousy, pride, or was it a mix of unresolved anger and fear that spun out of control? Romika had no way of knowing that her normal school drop off would become the stage for her final moments. And the part that chills so many people is how quick everything happened. One moment, voices were raised, tensions high, and the next, a gun was in play. There was no time for reflection, no pause to cool off, just raw emotion and instant violence. Think about that for a second. A mother leaves her child at school, likely waving goodbye, maybe even smiling, and within minutes, she's fighting for her life. It makes you ask, how did things get this out of control? And why wasn't there someone, anyone, who stepped in before it escalated this far? Let's talk about Carlos' way for a moment. Carlos was the link between Romika and Holly. At first, his connection to Romika was about family and raising their son. But over time, with new relationships forming and old ones breaking down, it seems Carlos became more of a dividing line than a bridge. Accounts suggest he was right there when it all unfolded, physically restraining Romika during the argument. That means he wasn't just a bystander. He was part of the confrontation that created the deadly environment. And then there's Holly Johnson. She's been called many things since that day: the new girlfriend, the shooter, even the rival. But one thing is certain: she made the choice to pull the trigger. Police say Holly claimed it was self-defense, that she feared for her safety, and that she had a license to carry. But here's the thing: witnesses and Romika's family say otherwise. They believe it was an ambush, that Holly came there already prepared for violence. When you hear both sides, which one do you lean toward? Do you believe it was self-defense? Or does it sound more like a deliberate act? What makes this case especially heartbreaking is the timing. Romika had literally just shared words of encouragement to her son that very morning. That shows you where her mind and heart were focused on her child, on being a mother.
Okay, we're gonna just stop right there because I don't want to play the whole entire thing. But obviously, I do want to say RIP to Miss Romika Meeks. You know, you were definitely a good mother and you did show that you were a good mother. I hate that your son, you know, he would have to live without you because you was his everything, you know? Your son loved you. Obviously, you loved your son. Clearly we see that, you know, she wrote notes to her son every morning, put it in his lunch bag and stuff like that. Um and I didn't honestly, I don't see enough good parenting in Chicago, honestly. You know, she is one of a kind. I can't say that. So she gets my respect for being a great mom and minding her business and trying to mind her business. But there is something that the family member said that actually kind of, you know, it was a red flag because it was like when she was trying to break it down, she was basically, yeah, trying to bring in the National Guards. When she was trying to break it down, her family member was basically saying it. You know, these two girls. So it seems to me like Romika just she cut him off, her baby's father, but there was some toxicity at the same time because he was still stalking her. He was coming around. I guess she was still messing around with him low key, low key, low key. The girl, the other chick couldn't take it. She was jealous, and this is exactly what it resulted in a death. You know what's so sad? These two little boys, they have to live without their mothers for the rest of their lives because I'm sure that this chick is gonna get life in prison in Cook County, which is worse for you, ma'am, because you ain't even from Chicago. You came out here on bullshit with a 6-month old in your backseat, and I hope that child, that 6-month-old baby, is not in DCFS. I really, because of your dumbass and your dumbass decisions. Real talk. These kids gotta live without their parents for the rest of their life. And you know who plays the biggest part in it? The baby father. Because this shit didn't even have to go that far. But he was such a damn idiot, you know. He's constantly chasing after, you know, the first baby mother that don't want him, and then you going back to the second one and you flip flopping, bro. And just like the family member said, you know, you sitting up here, you didn't just kill somebody and risk your freedom over some DICK. And this ninja is probably getting sucked up by somebody right now as we speak. You know, this is exactly what she said though. And honestly, you know, what's so sad is his ass ain't, the police didn't even lock him up though. They didn't lock him up because basically the witnesses, they were saying that he had her in a chokehold, you know, but according to the family, what really happened was Miss Romika pulled up to the school to drop her child off. She had no idea anybody was stalking her, anybody was watching her. She was about to go on about her day. When she got out the car, uh, sh so the baby father, he was supposed to be going to the gym. You know, he lived around the corner, but according to family, you know, they were not messing around. He was just on some stalking shit. It was just weird because he was on some stalking shit. She ran into him. He was supposed to be on his way to the gym, but he ran into her and saw her with their son, and then up pulls the baby mama all the way from Milwaukee, you know, and now she like, hold on, what the hell going on? Like, why are y'all, what are y'all doing? Next thing you know, you already know a fight broke out, and this nigga tried to act like he was about to break up the fight, so he put her in a chokehold trying to stop her, you know. But I feel like they should be locking him up because this just sound like a setup, man. It sound like a setup. Both of y'all was jealous of this girl because she tried to move on with her life. I don't know, man. I don't know if she was still messing around with him. I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, man, she didn't have to lose her life and die in front of her child because of jealousy, because of hate. That's why I say this world has gone mad because people are out here extremely angry and they picking up guns. And they ready to kill, man. I had said this in a few live streams ago. I said people are ready to kill. Ain't no more talking. Ain't no more fighting. It used to be fighting, but obviously y'all see where we got with this now. It's 2025. People are picking up guns instead of fighting with their fist. You said, I feel the mayor and the governor of Chicago should be charged with every crime since it is clearly still there. My point exactly. My point is a lot of these Chicago citizens that pick up guns and that are just angry as hell, I feel like, you know, they are highly influenced off of the negativity from the governor and the mayor. Obviously, I mean, you see the whole city of Chicago is just in agreement pretty much. Majority of the people is in agreement with this damn stupid ass mayor and governor that's lying to the people. Oh, it's no crime. It's perfectly fine here. It's safe. Yeah, bullshit. Because as we speak, there is still crime going on. And you want to know something? This is to the YNs out there. I don't give a damn what state and city you from. I don't even care if you from here in Chicago and you listening to me. I just want to say this to the YNs and the YTs. YTs is young thoughts. And these parents. Now is not the time to commit a crime. Trust and believe me, you do not want to commit a crime right now because they gonna bury your ass deep underneath the fucking jail. Like literally. You're gonna be facing so much time it ain't even gonna make no sense. The last thing you want to do is commit a crime with Trump and his policies and these executive orders that he's signing off on. The last thing you want to do is get into some shit where you have to commit a crime. For real. You're going to be locked away. They ain't letting your ass out. You said I blame all three because the young man is about to be devastated when he understands fully his mother is dead. According to the family, because people keep asking how's the 6-year-old doing. According to the family, they saying that he's not, I don't know if he knows yet, still that his mom is not here. His birthday is actually this month as well. And according to the family, his mom was just planning his birthday party too. He was going to turn 7. And now he has to live without his mom for the rest of his life. He don't even know if his mom is dead or alive, but he knows something ain't right. I don't know if he's seen what happened. I don't know if he's seen his mom bleeding out on the ground, but they said that his mom she gave him a teddy bear and he's been holding it tight every day. So I don't know if they told him yet. I don't know, man, but I can honestly say it's sad that this boy got to live the rest of his life all because of his father, bro. You not know how much hate this boy gonna have in his heart towards his father, and I hope and pray to God he don't. I really hope and pray to God that he's able to forgive and move forward. And I'm glad that he has a family that is there to support him. But nothing is better than having your parents in your life, especially your mother, because she really cared about you. And as for the 6-month-old baby, unfortunately, his mother made some horrible damn decisions to the point where he will never be able to see his mom again. And he's probably not even gonna know who his mom is. That's sad, man. That's sad, G. That's sad. You about to be locked up away in Cook County jail. And you're gonna be shipped away to prison as well. You so hard body when it come down to you having a gun. you know, you driving out here out of anger, because you jealous of a female and stuff like that had a child with your baby father as well. And it's like, where did that get you? It got you locked away. And you're gonna be locked away for the rest of your life. And your 6-month-old baby is gonna be without a mom and potentially a father as well. And let's just pray that these kids don't have to deal with being in this evil, wicked ass DCFS system. Real talk. Um, it's just sad, man. It's sad. There's crime still going on in Chicago, and nothing is stopping it. I have not seen any National Guards out here either, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. They said that they were supposed to be out here last week. I haven't seen. I have seen no sight of the National Guards here. I have not seen no tanks. You know, I don't know if they trying to blend in. Who knows? Now I have seen ICE out here though, for sure. ICE is out here, but not the National Guards. Uh, he said he may try and harm his father out of retaliation, and hopefully not. But man, I know, right? Uh, yeah, you said just realize that is the most affected person, because 6 months and not having both parents is set exactly. You got a 6-month-old baby, and his mother is the suspect. This baby didn't know what the hell was going on. All he know is my mommy putting me in the car and we about to go for a ride. I'm in the car seat. He's an infant. He's 6 months. He has no control over what his mom does. And it's just sad that he was in the back seat of the car while his angry, jealous ass mom drove 2.5 hours. According to the family members, she woke up with this shit on her mind. She hopped in her car early as hell in the morning and drove 2.5 hours to Chicago just to come shoot this girl and kill her because she was so tired of her existing. Where did that get you though? I'm telling you, man, when you got anger and you use your anger towards the shit that you angry at, it can backfire on you. It can get you in a world full of trouble. Honestly, I am a witness to that. Seriously. I've done some things in my life out of anger, and it resulted in the worst things for me, the worst outcomes. I had to be humbled a few times in my life to really understand that you being mad and using your anger towards whatever you're mad about is not going to get you anywhere. It's not. Because now your ass is locked up, you know? What's up, Eles? Yeah, yeah. The world has gone. I'm telling you, man. I was telling my husband about this the other day. I'm like, man, I can really just feel this world falling apart. And I could just feel the anger from everybody out here. And let's just be 100, because we about to go into Charlie Kirk too. Um, I just want to tell y'all this, man. Stop blaming the. I'm seeing people talking about, oh, it's because the blood moon and woo. Like, honestly, it is really just because people are angry. And the reason why people are angry is because they are possessed with the devil. You know, a lot of people are angry because of worldly possessions and materialism and just not being able to do the things that they used to do. Not being able to be free, feel free, as citizens of America. Let's be 100. I mean, look at the whole entire damn United States of America. Everybody is pissed off. Everybody is mad. And you want to know why they're mad? Is because of Trump and his policies. You see, I just had a bad day. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, the day just started over here. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but it's 8:39 a.m. where I am. And I really want you to enjoy the rest of your day. I don't want you to be angry at anything, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When we're angry, our anger can take us to a whole nother level. Trust me, I used to have anger problems. Trust me, I used to have anger problems. But now, as an adult, as a grown woman, what I do is I respectfully voice how I feel. And this is what I tell my oldest daughter too. I say, look, you don't have to put your hands on nobody. When you angry, you don't have to hit nobody. You don't have to throw anything. You know, you can literally voice how you feel, voice your opinion respectfully without raising your voice. For instance, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. Say, for instance, you pissed off, you angry, you mad, right? Uh, what's your name? Restarter. Um, Say, for instance, you woke up today, you pissed off, you angry. First and foremost, I want to let you know that God didn't have to let you wake up. Seriously. He didn't have to tell you, and okay, bye. You know, bye. But I'm gonna say this because I want everybody else to listen to me. Whoever out there that's mad, that's angry. Look, God ain't have to wake us up this morning. Seriously. And I feel like a lot of people take it for granted, and they really just be like, yeah, I'm alive. You want to know why? Because people, they believe that they're immortal. They believe that they'll never die. They believe that nothing will ever happen to them. That's the problem. We live in a society full of people that's too fucking prideful. Real talk. And y'all believe that nothing is ever gonna happen to y'all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When you keep God close to you, nothing will happen to you because He got you covered. He got you covered. So when you keep God in your heart, then you're good. You're protected. Seriously. Trust me. Um, and if something happens to you, it won't end well for whoever did anything to you. And if something happens to you, just know things happen for a reason. I realized that myself. But people literally take it for granted, and they just like, yeah, I'm alive, I'm woke because I'm supposed to be anyway. Listen, there's people that went to sleep last night and they asses did not wake up this morning. Just being 100. There's people that thought they was finna live their best life the day before yesterday, and their life got taken away. And now they're not here anymore. See how that worked? I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk didn't know that he was gonna get assassinated. You know? And there's no disrespect to him, no disrespect to his family. I hear that people keep saying that, oh yeah, he was a white supremacist. He was he was anti black, and okay. But still, this man had children. He had a wife. He had a life. And we need to stop glorifying crime, and we need to stop glorifying death. It's not okay, man. It is not okay. Real talk. I don't wish death upon my worst enemy. Like, shout out to my husband. Anytime somebody do us wrong on some real stuff, we voice how we feel to them and we say, God bless you. God bless you. I'm not about to harm you because you a demon and you decide that you want to do something to me or treat me wrong or whatever. I mean, it's not going to work out for you in the end. Yeah, you said facts. Anger will make you regret doing whatever. Yeah, it will. And when you decide to do things out of anger, you're going to end up in a place where you don't want to be. And that's either dead or in jail, man. I'm telling you. This coming from this is coming from me, a person that used to be angry, mad all the damn time. I'm telling you, I had anger issues for real. Once upon a time in my life. And it didn't get me nowhere. It ain't get me nowhere. So y'all gotta, first and foremost, you can't wake up mad, man. People be like, yeah, I just woke up and pissed off. Why? Do you have a reason? Yeah, because yesterday, woo, woo. And it's like, don't worry about yesterday. Worry about, forget about yesterday. Yesterday is the past. Whatever happened last night, that's the past. Whatever happened in the afternoon of yesterday, in the morning of that's the past. We in the present. We living in this moment right now. Live your life right now. And don't be angry. Because anger is the devil. Peace is God. You got to know that. You got to know the difference. Because God is love, God is peace, God is positivity, God is everything good. And the devil, he wants you to be angry. He wants you to be pissed off and mad. He wants you to wake up this morning and be pissed off because your bank account say $20. I mean, you better be grateful that you got that, because it's people that don't have anything. I'm one of the people that will wake up with a $0 balance and still be happy. Because it ain't going to affect me, bro. I've been without. For 2.5 years, I was homeless. And I'm just grateful to have a roof over my head, shoes on my feet, clothes on my back, and food in my mouth. And able to feed my child and clothe her as well. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about money, designer. I don't care about what somebody said about me or how anybody feels about me or how anybody feels about what I'm talking about on my platform. I don't care if there's people that knows me, that sees me on YouTube and they like, oh, look at her. Look, y'all, look at this. She on YouTube now. I mean, yeah, I do be talking about it from time to time in a jokingly way. But at the same time, like, I don't really care. People gonna feel how they feel, and you can't change their mind. That's one thing we as the people need to understand. When a person feels some type of way about you, and look, I'm a direct this real quick to Romika Meeks family. And this is no disrespect to y'all, but this is coming from a 30-plus-year-old woman with common sense. Romika Meeks, her family, the older women in her family, I get that y'all grieving, I get that y'all angry, I get it. But yes, please stay off of Facebook, stay off of social media. You know what I'm saying? These older women, y'all be tweaking for real. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna go ham for my family member. If anybody say anything negative about her in the comment section, I'm going ham. Like, do you not know how many people is in this world? Do you not know how viral this has went across the internet? It's not just on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on other social media platforms. It's everywhere. Everybody knows about it. So people are going to have a negative input. Do you really feel like wasting your time on every negative comment that you see? It's not even worth it, man. You're going to drain yourself mentally. Don't even worry about that. Don't worry about that. Worry about how y'all can keep y'all family together through the tragedy that just happened, because you worried about social media. And that's not going to solve your problems. I get that y'all angry. I understand y'all anger right now. But Unfortunately, I hate to say this, tragedies will happen in our family. We got to understand that life is short and tomorrow is not promised. Hell, today ain't either. You know, we just have to live our lives accordingly. And we got to live our lives in peace. Okay. And I mean, come on, man. Y'all too grown for this, man. Y'all is too grown to be going back and forth with people about their thoughts about her and, how you. The thing is, she's gone. And I'm not trying to say it in a negative way, but she's no longer in the flesh. You know, she's gone. So, I mean, I get it. She can't defend herself from the negative comments, but we as grown women need to understand something. Ain't you too grown to be worried about what somebody got to say about you, because people are going to feel how they feel and you cannot change their minds. You should be worried about how y'all can keep y'all family together and strong together, and worry about her son and how y'all can help him through this, because he lost his mom. Y'all too busy sitting up here trying to respond to negative comments, and it's not even worth it. And I just want to say that because I see them, and they, how they going live on Facebook and they talking about the situation and they crying and they angry and they saying, oh yeah, so anybody say this about my niece, I'm gonna go ham. I'ma do this, I'ma do that. And just like I said, when you do what you do, how would it make you feel? Because you're gonna have to attack more people that's coming for her. How's that gonna make you feel? Y'all be overgrown, man, like 50 plus years old, 40 plus, still going back and forth with people, man. I'm 31 years old, 32 this year. You think I'm not about to go back and forth with nobody? It's, yep, you got it. God bless you though. Long as you don't put your hands on me, we good. Just keep your distance, stay away from me, don't talk to me, leave me alone. Leave me alone, I don't want to hear it. All right. God bless you. Have a great one. I'm not about to go back and forth with nobody. I'm not. Because, like I said, people are angry, people are psychotic, people are and you don't know what's on somebody mind. You don't know what's on their mind. You know, evidently, a lot of people, all they think about is KILL. Seriously. The longer that the longer that the world justifies, my bad, y'all. The longer that the world keeps justifying killings and anger and a reason to kill, the worse that it will become. I seen in the comment section somewhere on a video where somebody was like, it's unfortunate that we went from being free, living our lives, being happy and stuff, to everybody just wanting martial law to happen at this point because they're tired of the crime. And I was like, true. But we wouldn't need martial law if people can have some self-control. Because honestly, it's the adults, if you ask me. Because the kids wouldn't be out here all bad, holding on to guns and snorting coke and stuff like that at a young age, if the parenting was good. But the parents have no self-control they damn selves. It's the adults. It's the adults. It's the music. The music is influencing people. These celebrities is influencing people. And honestly, like, you have no self-control if you are following behind a damn celebrity and everything that they're doing. It's the people, because everybody is worried about designer and the latest designer and how they look and validation from social media. And honestly, man, I cannot wait till social media die, y'all. I can't wait, because it is no longer being used as a tool, man. It is being used for validation. Social media is being used for uh killings being justified. People have their opinions, and their opinions is getting out of control. Like, And with that being said, when we talk about anger and opinions, let's go to Charlie Kirk. Okay? Charlie Kirk is so let's read up about him because I didn't really know too much about him, and that is the honest to God truth. I really didn't. I did see him debating. Uh if you ask me, they look at him as the world's greatest debater, you know. But I seen a video clip of him uh like a few years ago, honestly. And he was debating and he was just getting opinions from people and whatever. Honestly, that's my thing. A person should be entitled to their own opinion. Seriously. As long as they ain't putting their hands on you, they ain't disrespecting you, they ain't saying that they're gonna harm you, they're gonna do something to you. You know, a person should respectfully be entitled to their own opinion. And if you ask me, yeah, he might have been anti-black or whatever the people want to say, but the man still had a right to have an opinion, bro. Just like Trump. Trump is able to have his own opinion about, you know, Hispanics and blacks and stuff like that. Um, Unfortunately, you know, he's taking it a step further through the things that he's doing. But at the same time, though, we should be able to. This is crazy. Because it didn't get to a point where you can't even voice how you feel without worrying about somebody harming you, somebody trying to kill you. This man was just voicing his opinion like he always do, and he was assassinated because people can't take that. And when I was watching his videos, you know, people, they look at him as a Mr. Know-it-all. And you know, people, they don't like when you know things. They hate that. They don't like when you have more knowledge than them. They hate that. I've been in situations where, you know, with family members, they had their opinions and I had mine, and it's always an argument or confrontation that breaks out, and I'm like, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Like, you think I want to argue with you because of my opinion versus yours or yours versus mine? It's like, nah, man. See, people, they get out of control. They can't control themselves, man. Um, right. You said the whole world feed off pain and they destructive. Exactly. Exactly. The whole world feeds off of your pain for sure. Let's talk about Charlie Kirk for a second. Let's this is crazy. This is how you know the world has gone mad. When it get to a point where you voicing your opinions on things and a person kills you for that, man, this is crazy. So we're gonna read up on Charlie Kirk because I didn't know too much about him, like I said. Charlie Kirk, born October 14th, 1993. Unfortunately, he passed away September 10th, 2025. Charlie Kirk was an American Christian political activist, author, and media personality. He co-founded the conservative organization Turning Point USA in 2012 and was its executive director. He was the chief executive officer of Turning Point Action and a member of the Council for National Policy. The Washington Post described him as one of the most prominent voices on the right in his later years. Kirk was born and raised. Oh, I didn't even know he was from Chicago. Kirk was born and raised in the Chicago suburbs of Arlington Heights. Oh, Chicago suburbs. And Prospect Heights in Illinois. In high school, Kirk actively engaged in politics, supporting Republican candidate Mark Kirk, who's no relation, in his U.S. Senate campaign. He briefly attended Harper College before dropping out to pursue political activism full time, influenced by Tea Party member Bill Montgomery. In 2012, Kirk founded TPUSA, a conservative student organization that quickly grew with backing from donors like Foster Fries. Kirk expanded the organization. You said what? No cap. The world ain't what everyone make it out to be. Like dude said, it's more bad folks than good folks. Exactly. Now that I do agree with though when he said that, the fat dude. Yeah, it's more bad people than good people. Seriously. Because we living in the times of good versus evil. We living in the time of truth versus lies, and it's like everybody would prefer to believe the lies. Anyway, let's finish. Kirk expanded the organization's influence through initiatives like the Professor Watch List and School Board Watch List, which sought to fire or silence professors for sharing opinions opposed by Turning Point. Critics called this a form of modern day McCarthyism. In 2019, Kirk founded Turning Point Action, a political advocacy arm, and later, with Pentecostal pastor Rob McCoy, formed Turning Point Faith, aimed at mobilizing religious communities on conservative issues. Kirk hosted the Charlie Kirk Show, a conservative talk radio program, a key ally of Donald Trump. Kirk promoted conservative and Trump aligned causes. He received criticism for a variety of controversial statements, especially regarding his opposition to gun control, abortion, LGBTQ rights, his criticism of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and Martin Luther King Jr., and his promotion of Christian nationalism, COVID-19 misinformation, false claims of electoral fraud in 2020, and the Great Replacement conspiracy theory. Wow. You know what's crazy? I did hear him talking about LGBTQ. Um, and to my understanding, he did not agree with that. And if you, man, look, I don't blame you. I don't blame you because, like I keep saying, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Seriously. And the world fails to realize that. They keep trying to justify the rainbow community, and honestly, look, y'all, that's y'all. But me personally, I like men. I got a husband. I am a woman who likes men. I believe that women should be with men so that they can have children. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. Seriously. On September 10th, 2025, Kirk was shot and killed while speaking at the TPUSA event on the campus of Utah Valley University. That's crazy, bro. Uh, let's see. I don't want to read all of this because I really want to read the relevant things. We're going to read this part. Political positions and activities. Kirk was the William F. Buckley Jr. Council member of the Council for National Policy, a group that has served for decades as a hub for a nationwide network of conservative activists and the donors who support them. According to the CNP's September 2020 membership directory leaked in February of 2021, he was a spokesperson for CNP Action, the political arm of the CNP. In March 2025, President Trump appointed Kirk to the United States Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. Kirk's last political rally had taken place in Kentucky, where he appeared alongside Senate candidate Nate Morris. Ooh, that's a lot. All right, this the last piece, y'all. We're gonna do this part right here about Kirk. Republican and pro-Trump activism. Kirk addressed the 2016 Republican National Convention. In an interview with the Wired magazine during the convention, Kirk said that while he was not the world's biggest Donald Trump fan, he would vote for him, and that Trump's candidacy made Turning Point's mission more difficult. Kirk flipped to supporting Trump at the 2016 Republican National Convention and spent the remainder of the campaign assisting with travel and media arrangements for Donald Trump Jr. In October 2016, Kirk participated in a Fox News event along with Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Lara Trump, and had a pro-Trump tone. In July of 2019, Kirk became chairman of Students for Trump, which had been acquired by Turning Point Action, and launched a campaign to recruit 1 million students for the 2020 Trump re-election campaign. The unsuccessful effort led to TPUSA and the Trump campaign blaming each other for an overall decline in youth support for Trump. At an August 2020 meeting of the Council for National Policy, Kirk said Democrats have done a really foolish thing by shutting down all these campuses. It is going to remove ballot harvesting opportunities and all their voter fraud that they usually do on college campuses. So they're actually removing 500,000 votes off the table. So please keep the campuses closed. It is a great thing. Matthew Rosenberg and Katie Rogers wrote in the New York Times that Kirk walks the line between mainstream conservative opinion and outright disinformation, and that with a powerful ally and the president's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., Mr. Kirk both amplifies the president's message and helps to shape it. In 2022, Kirk urged the Republican National Committee to listen to their grassroots voters. Kirk stated that if ignored, we will have the most stunted and muted Republican Party in the history of the conservative movement, the likes of which we haven't seen in generations. Almost done, y'all. Stay with me. Kirk was an early investor in 1789 Capital, which invests in conservative MAGA businesses. Trump Jr. joined 1789 Capital in November 2024 after Trump won the 2024 election. Last piece, y'all. Prior to the 2024 presidential election, Kirk visited approximately 25 college campuses marketed as the You're Being Brainwashed tour. His aim was to stir up more Gen Z voter turnout, and he would engage in debate with students on many different relevant topics. According to Turning Point Action, the tour produced around 2 billion viral views on social media. The tour has been praised as having a critical role in helping Donald Trump's election. Kirk aided the president-elect in choosing leadership positions for his administration, including cabinet positions. Wow. So the thing is, he had opinions, just like all of us do. And I feel like we entitled to our own opinions. I hear some people saying that Trump was a part of the issue. Trump is the one that, I don't know. They saying Trump sacrificed him and things like that. I wouldn't put nothing past that. This whole like political thing is very dirty and grimy. This is exactly why I keep saying to y'all, man. I keep saying this is just my opinion though. I don't do the voting, man. I don't do it. I don't. You see how they talk about votes being rigged and this and that with the voting and this and that with. I don't want nothing to do with it. Honestly, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't believe my vote counts. I don't. That's my opinion though. And I never felt that it did. Honestly. You want to know why? R.I.P. Stephen Darby. These presidents is selected, not elected. Real talk. These politicians, they're selected. Majority of the time, they selected, not elected. Mr. Good Citizen says, just a reminder that on this day, 24 years ago, the government failed all Americans. Their number one job is to protect Americans, and they failed to do that. Facts. Facts. And I didn't know that, 24 years ago. Talking about the woo wop. Yeah, it's sad because our country is supposed to be well put together, but we are very toxic. We are a very evil, wicked, toxic country. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. There is toxic, wicked people here. That's why. That's why. It is the people. The people, they're the ones that create situations. A situation is just not a situation. I don't even know how to explain it. But if you get where I'm coming from, you feel what I'm saying. A situation is not just a situation. A situation is caused because of the people. The people. A situation just don't pop up. You know what I'm saying? Because the situation happens because of the people. It's the people. People are full of hate, jealousy, anger, bad intent, just negative, chaotic. And if you ever have to wake up and wonder why your check is short, whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying? For instance, You clocked all your hours. You did everything that you was supposed to do. You made sure you wrote everything down. You keep track of everything. You was at work on time. You shouldn't. Should be no way that your check is short, right? All of a sudden, your direct deposit hit and your check is short. Why is that? It's the people. Your check ain't just short because of a system glitch. Because now you got to go to your supervisor and talk to them just for them to tell you, oh, yeah, well, I mean, this and that happened, so we couldn't pay you, the full amount. It's the people, man. It's the people. The shootings and things like that across America don't just happen. It don't just happen. Who causes it? The people. Because people are, a lot of people is just not right up here in the minds. Really because they can't get with the program. People so stuck in the past that they can't believe what's happening right now. It's like, oh, I remember when back when it used to be like this. So we need to go back to doing that. Well, I mean, this is the present. Live in the present. Things is changing. Change happens. Believe change. People keep saying, oh, 2020, ever since 2020, this, that, and the third happened. Ever since, the COVID situation, right. But when you think about it, who created the COVID situation? The people. It didn't just happen. Like, it wasn't just in the atmosphere and everybody just, got COVID and everybody just got sick and everybody had to do this and everybody had to do that. The people are the ones that created the problem. Now, I know some of y'all probably gonna be like, no, people didn't. It was actually, this person and that person, and it started right there, right? But they were people, though. They weren't animals. They were people. People created this shit. This is exactly why the world is so chaotic and negative because of the people, bro. People and their opinions. That's what it is. People take their opinions a step further. I don't want this in my algorithm because I do. That dude needs some serious help, man. But you said we learning. I never knew much, but he sounds very wise and knowledgeable. Yeah, we still learning too. I don't never knock any body that's coming in here with more knowledge than me. I'm not one of those type of people. I literally do not get upset just because you know something. I follow content creators that needs to get unfollowed because they do not they don't like when you know more than what they do. They just Some people take they YouTube names and live through their YouTube names. They actually become their YouTube channel. They're no longer themselves anymore. They don't believe that, you know, anybody else should be more knowledgeable than them, even though they come with misinformation, incorrect facts. And if somebody tries to correct them on it, they get mad and they try to block you and stuff like that. I always tell people, you are entitled to your own opinion as long as you're being respectful with it. Seriously. And if you got more knowledge than I do on certain topics and certain things, I'm with all that. That's perfectly fine with me. That's actually not aluminum foil. Yeah. So, and I know, y'all look at, see, this is another thing too. People, they don't care about what you're saying either. They look at your background. They look at your background and they want to judge you for what's in your background. You know, oh, you got a lot of aluminum foil on the wall. You want to know why? Because they look at other content creators and they say, oh, their content is better than yours because their background look better than yours. See, they got the lights up on the wall and they have the pic. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I just wanted to do a little something. You know what I mean? Me personally, I didn't like just a plain white wall. You know, I wanted to put something up. That's just me. I'm not trying to compete with everybody. I don't compete. I am no competition. Real talk. And I get it. People just feel like, are you just trying to copy and mimic off of this person and blah 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 blah. I mean, shit. I like design too. It ain't gotta look perfect either. People just feel like, oh, you need to, she need to go and get that on her wall, and she need to put the lighting up like that, so her content can be better. Hey, you listening, right? That's all that matters. Just listen. And if you don't want to, you more than welcome to get out. Uh yeah, I mean, they just be upset with themselves, and that's on them. See, a lot of people, let me tell you something. A lot of people, they really don't like when you accept things for what they are, because they feel in their minds they would never. I would never have that on my wall. If I was her and I was a content creator, I would wait until I can get a lot of money so I can decorate my background and put the grass on the wall and put the lights and stuff like everybody else. That's because you're trying to compete. And me, I'm not. I don't give a damn. That's the thing. Clearly, you see my feelings, Will. You know what I'm saying? I drew this myself. I cut it out myself. And I don't care if it don't look perfect to anybody. I don't care. So, you know, I mean, them days been over with for me. The competition days and who look better than who and who do this better than who. That's high school shit to me. Honestly. I'm a grown woman, man. I ain't got time to compete with nobody. But I can say I like design too. You know, I want to have some designs and whatever on my background. I don't like no plain white wall. Hell, you know. But it's just like people just. This is the thing though. They judge you. You get, and this is what I was talking about the other day. You get judged for being right. You get judged as a person. It's like they look at you as a horrible person because you're trying to do right. You're trying to be right. You're trying to live different. You don't want to be like everybody else. You know, you want to mind your business. You want to live your life the correct way. And they just feel like, oh, you're nothing like us. So, you're not accepted. It is what it is. Like, I don't want to be like nobody. That's the thing. I'm not trying to be like anyone either. And people, I guess people just they don't get it because they don't know me, you know? And it's cool. It's really cool. But it's just sad when it gets to a point where you can't voice your opinion and you get killed for it. Somebody has said, I'm trying to go to the news clip too. Let me see. Of For Charlie Kirk. Are they still searching for the suspect, or did they? Yeah, this is just crazy. This is a prime example right here. What happened to this man is just showing you how evil and wicked people in this world are, bro. You have to be careful who you talk to, who you voice your opinions to. It's a damn shame how, you know, you can't live right. You can't say that, well, I would say you can't be right. You can't have opinions. You can't be knowledgeable because people become very evil, wicked, and hateful off of you being more knowledgeable than them. And then they try to kill you. You don't know how many people to this day that has disagreed with the things that I said, and they disagree with me advocating for what's right, and they hate me, and they take their hate to a whole nother level. And they hate, when they hate goes to a whole nother level, you got to stay away from them type of people, because the hate builds up into jealousy, and that's all it is at that point. And you know, when a person becomes jealous of you, that jealousy goes a long way. Jealousy is a very evil, wicked trait to have, because it can, it's like people take the way that they feel about you. I'm trying to make sure I'm saying it right. The jealousy that they have in their hearts for you, they take that and they try to do harm to you, rather it's physically or mentally. Do you not know how many people to this day have tried to destroy my life just simply out of hate, simply out of jealousy, simply out of me trying to advocate for what's right and do what's right? It's like they hate you for that. And let me tell you something. I don't cause trouble. I don't cause problems. I don't roam around the city of Chicago just getting into it with people. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to anybody except my husband. That's the only person I talk to. My husband, God, and myself sometimes. Especially when I'm trying to talk to myself, like, okay, you got this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally don't talk to anybody outside of God and my husband. So there is no reason for me to be in anything. Like, real talk. I'm not trying to be a part of anything. I mind my business. I do what I'm supposed to do. I do what God wants me to do, which is be a peaceful person, be positive, stay uplifted, be a great woman, a virtuous woman. I got flaws though that I'm still working on, which is good because we want to acknowledge our flaws so that we can correct it. You know, I'm not perfect, but I want to be perfect just like Christ. I want to think like Christ. I want to be like Christ. And that's how we all should want to be. But you got a lot of people that has allowed the devil to corrupt their minds. And it's to the point where they wake up mad every day. They wake up pissed off. It's probably people right now that's mad at me for just talking. Cause they just tired of hearing my voice. They tired of hearing me talking. They ready for me to shut up. They ready for me to end the live stream. But the weirdest part about that is, why would you sit here and listen to somebody that you don't have to listen to? That's how you know people really do want to take your advice, but they don't at the same time. What's up, some random guy? You said remember the Constitution and uh, uh the First Amendment rights, which are exactly the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom exactly. And I had heard about that. I mean, I had seen that in the comment section because I always read comments and stuff. And somebody was like, he is the first example of basically we have no free speech. We have no freedom of religion. You know, they wanted this man to shut up. They wanted him to shut up to the point where they made him shut up. Unfortunately, God forgive me for saying that, but y'all know what I mean. I don't mean no harm or nothing, but like they wanted him to shut up, so they killed him because that's crazy, bruh. This is just crazy. This is how you know, and I gotta keep saying this. America has gone mad. Every movie that you saw, every end time movie is coming to pass. They just were simply trying to show us what the hell they were going to do. And very soon, I feel it. I don't know when. It can be a year from now. Who knows? It can be 2 years from now. But I feel like very soon, this world is going to go so mad to the point where people are going to actually have riots. Remember what happened in 2020 with the George Floyd situation and how it spread across the map? You know, it started in Minnesota, then it spread across the map. And there was riots and there was looting and, there was fires and stuff breaking out and, stores was shutting down. And next thing you know, If you ask me, martial law went into effect. Everybody had to stay their asses in the house on lockdown because people had no self control whatsoever. And that's a shame. When you're a grown ass man or you're a grown ass woman and you let someone else's opinions affect you to the point where you go crazy, you go insane because you don't want they opinion shouldn't matter at all. It's to the point where you don't want them to have any knowledge, any opinion. You don't want them to be more knowledgeable than you. So you take them out. That's sick, man. And I see a lot of black folks. I see a lot of black folks online justifying this man's death and saying that it was okay for him to be killed. And he's one less of a op. And they don't care. And that's good. That's what he gets. And I see content creators, big content creators talking about this, saying, oh, that's what Charlie Kirk get. He should have never hated black folks. He should have never had to hate that. But we have our opinions about other races. We have our opinions about the rainbow community. We have our opinions about this, that, and the third. Should anybody's being dead be justified? I said that wrong. Should a person being getting shot and killed be justified just because of their opinions about certain things? At the end of the day, this man, he was a family man still. He had children, he had a wife, and now his wife got to wake up to him not there. Now his children has to live with him not being there. You know? Man, I'm telling you, man, that's sad. And I'm sure he probably had no idea that this would ever happen. Like, he probably never thought in his mind on September 10th, 2025, I would be dead. Just simply for speaking and having my opinions. That's sad, man. It's sad. Because now he's not here anymore, you know? 2025, man. I just want to say this before I close out. What's up, Anonymous? Uh, exactly. You can kill the messenger, but not God's messages. Exactly. Rowdy, what's up? But I want to say this too before I close out, though, y'all. Stay with me real quick. 2025, man. I'm telling y'all, go on over to my previous live streams. Go all the way back to when I first started talking, January of 2025. I said that 2025 we was gonna be in for a hell of a ride. You want to know why I said that? Because the first incident happened to me on, I believe it was January 3rd or January 5th of this year. First incident. And it indicated to me that this world is going to go mad and people is going to be fucking crazy. Because that girl, she tried to hit my car. She was acting psychotic. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her, but I mean, evidently she was possessed by a demon. Let's just be honest. And this happened on January of 2025 of this year. I knew that, it was basically giving me signs that a lot of people were going to be angry this year. And that's exactly what happened. A lot of people have gone mad to the point where people are picking up guns and killing people. People get mad just for you existing. People, they plot on you. And then the parenting is just not parenting. Grandmothers ain't grandmothers. Grandfathers ain't grandfathers. Like, it is just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm going to be honest with you. Because I want to say this too. A lot of people, they believe that leaving the country is going to do them justice. I'm going to be honest with you. If you already a negative ass person and you ain't get yourself right before you left the country, what problem is it? How is it going to solve your problems internally? when you leave and go to another country because you want to get the hell away from the United States of America. You don't know how many people left the United States of America this year? A lot. And a lot of them move back. And a lot of them, they make social media posts and they say, oh, I hate it. I hate it now. I should never left. You know, I don't know how to deal with this. I miss my hometown. I miss my country. And I mean, see, a lot of people have problems on the inside mentally, and they don't resolve their issues and get themselves together before they leave. Because me personally, I want to live in peace. I want peace. I want peace. I want to live out of the city, honestly. You said Charlie is a racist bigot and Jesus hates him. Okay, a lot of people are saying the same thing. I understand that he might have been racist and anti-black, but still, man, I don't wish death on my worst enemy. That's rightfully so. So why are we, you see what I'm saying, y'all? You see how people have gone so mad. It's to the point where they are justifying people dying behind violence. Yeah, because they had an opinion about this, so they deserved it. No, man, nobody deserves to be dead, man. Honestly, nobody deserves to be their life cut short. Nobody does. I don't care who it is, man. Honestly. Now, if there's a person out here that's killing people for no, like if it's a school shooter, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of these school shooters need to get the death penalty because I'm tired of it being it's normalized. You know what the president needs to do? He needs to set an example. Him and his administration should set an example. And honestly, I don't want to justify violence. I don't want to justify killings. But I want to say, if you can take the lives of innocent children and the lives of innocent people that did nothing to you, you deserve the death penalty. Seriously. Either that or you just deserve life in prison and just sit there and freaking rot. Real talk. And I feel like they should make it to where those type of people don't even get commissary or nothing. Seriously. But just for simply having an opinion. Do you not? Okay, so President Trump is racist. And all of the presidents before Trump was racist. Real talk. And a lot of these politicians overall in your city, in your state, they're racist. So do you feel like they should die too? Do you feel like Jesus hates them as well? Real talk. I don't care what nobody say, man. If you got an opinion, you don't deserve to die for that. Seriously. And that's just me. I understand that the whole world is so angry to the point where they want to justify tragedy. Oh, well, he deserved it. He should never said this about black folks, and he should never said this and that, and he should never have. Like, man, come on, man. The left, the right, the up, the down, the side to side, and around. Me personally, I don't believe in a left and a right. But I do believe in a truth and a lie. And I do believe good and evil. Seriously. You said he was honest about black issues. That's what my husband said. And that's how I feel too. Because us as black folks, we do got problems, man. You talking about both sides. Like I said, the up, down, left, right, side to side, and around. I don't believe in that. I believe that there is good versus evil and truth versus a lie. And like I said, I do not agree with Donald Trump and his policies. And I do not agree with the things that he has done. And I don't agree with the majority of the stuff that he does. But one thing I could say that he didn't lie about for sure is the fact that Chicago is a bad city. Chicago does have a high crime rate. And why do I agree? Because I live here. I've been born and raised here my whole life. I've lived in high crime areas. So I know what it's like. And I know that there is still crime going on. And ain't no National Guard. I ain't seen no National Guards out here. Unless they blending in with the people. I know ICE is out here for a fact though. But like, I mean, the more that we continue to justify killings and tragedy, that's just gonna make the world psychotic. Seriously. And I feel like, I really strongly feel like the world is gonna go so insane to the point where it's gonna be hard to find good people overall. Like I always say, it's gonna be like a needle in a haystack. Now, I want to end this out with this 2-minute video clip. I own no copyrights. Okay, they keep replaying the same thing. My bad. So this video footage was Charlie Kirk being rushed away after being assassinated. The world has gone insane and still is. And the only reason and the only way how the world can be peaceful again is if people find God. Seriously. Make sure y'all go check out all my other live streams, all my other videos. If you're interested in any of the topics that I talk about, make sure y'all keep the likes up on this stream. Share this, do whatever you got to do. But most importantly, y'all, I want y'all to understand something. It means everything to be able to wake up and see another day. Cherish every moment of your life, because your life can be cut short at any given time, like Charlie Kirk, just for having a simple opinion. Your life can be cut short at any time, like Miss Meeks, just because she was trying to mind her own business and stay away from a toxic ass baby daddy of hers. Your life can be cut short at any given moment, bruh. And we all need to stop feeling like we are immortal and we're going to be here forever and we're never going to die and nothing is going to happen to us, because there is a such thing as life and death. Seriously. Do you want to live the rest of your days being evil and wicked and negative and, worried about what this person said about you and that person said about you and worried about this person opinion versus your opinion? Do you want to live the rest of your life negative? We need to start with peace, living in peace. Stay out the way. Don't go towards the chaos. Don't go into protest. Leave that stuff alone, man. Real talk, y'all. Stay to yourself. Be for your family. Take care of your children if you got any. Take care of yourself and stay close to God in these times that we live in. This is 2025. The world is becoming extremely angry. Everybody is mad. I wouldn't be surprised if we getting closer to martial law, y'all. Be safe out there, y'all. Stay encouraged, stay uplifted, and I hope y'all heard me out. I hope y'all did. You know, if you did, God bless you, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Nevertheless, wake them folks up.